Hello everyone, my name is Darby Anderson and this is my first YouTube video that I've actually sat down and talked to. Um, I've had some people ask me about what type of gear I use, so that's what we're kind of going to go through today, is just go through some of my gear that I actually use. I have an I have some videos on YouTube right now that I've done some covers to. Um, If you'd like to check those out, you can go visit my YouTube channel. Once again, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I do put a new video up, you are fully aware of it. Now that we got that out of the way. Um, so yeah, today is just one of those days where I figured, I have some time and people want to know what kind of gear I'm using, so I'm going to oblige and I'm going to kind of show you a little bit of gear that I use. I'm a guitar player and I'm also a keyboard player. I've played in some bands in the past. I have a current band that we're working on right now, current project that we're working on. Um, and I'm super excited about all that. I've got some great talented people doing this journey with me, and so yeah, some really cool stuff going on, some really cool stuff in the making. Um, and we'll keep you posted as it comes along. But right now, let's just go through some gear that I use. Um, I'm an Epiphone guy. Um, have been for a long time. I've also been a Les Paul guy. So I don't, I mean, Epiphone, Gibson, yeah, Gibsons are definitely a higher end deal. They're a higher end guitar, higher end instrument. My budget doesn't allow that kind of thing, so I kind of go to the next best thing, which is Epiphone. And I'll show you a couple of the Epiphone guitars. Some of the guitars that are hanging around here and sitting on stands are not all mine. Some of them are my sons. They both play guitar. One of them is um, just a guitar player that loves to sit on the couch and just play guitar. The other one is in the band with me and a super great guitar player, very talented, very creative, and super stoked about being able to play music with him. So yeah, that's always a great thing as a dad to be able to play music with your son, and super excited about all that. So anyway, let me see if I can do this without completely screwing everything up. But I'm going to bring you down and I'm going to show you my. So my pedal board is a Pedal Train Classic 3 pedal board. Um, I'm using, as you can see, I'm using a Polytune 3 tuner going into Hypergravity TC Electronics compressor, Walrus Audio Julia for my chorus, Rev G3 for my high gain distortion, and then I'm using an ISP Decimator 2 for my noise gate, because the Rev G3 is, for me, it's pretty noisy. So I use the Decimator 2 for some noise relief for that. That's for sure. And then I'm using a Warm Audio Citabo, which I absolutely love. It's got great tone, great sound, and absolutely a huge fan of Warm Audio. So give a shout out to them. Also a big fan of Walrus Audio, as you can tell. I'm also using a Walrus Audio digital delay ARP 87 and a reverb pedal from Walrus Audio, the Fathom, which is super. I love them both. And then I go in from that, or come in from the Citabo into a TC Electronics Bonafide buffer. Just helps me keep my tone instead of getting it all muffled and going into the front of the house or going into an amp. When I use a long cord, it tends to get a little muffled, so the buffer really does help with that. The Polytune 3 also comes with is with a buffer as well, and I use that when I come into it. And then if you look over here, I am using a Marshall DSL 40CR. Love that amp. That amp is amazing. It's loud enough. It works very well. Studio, I use a Shure 57, SM57 to record through, which gives me great tone. I love it. And then this is my son's drum kit. He uses a Roland electronic drum, which sounds phenomenal going through Logic Pro. And that's the recording system that I use. I use a Logic Pro. Moving on from there, the new addition as of today is a Warm Audio WA-47 Junior. Super stoked about getting to use that. My lead singer, she's also excited about using it as well. So yeah, we're kind of stoked about that piece right there. It's definitely a well welcomed add to the studio. And then we'll kind of come over here. Here's some of the guitars that I use, starting from left to right, and just from the hanging is my Epiphone 59 reissue Les Paul. That is my go-to. That is the guitar I love the most, and it's got great tone, great sound, great action. It just plays extremely well. Next to that is my Slash Signature Edition Gold Top with the Slash Seymour Duncan pickups. That was kind of important. If I'm going to do a Slash Signature, I want to do a Slash Signature with his pickups, and it sounds phenomenal. It's really hot, but it sounds very good. Next to that is a LTD bass that my son uses. Next to that is a kit guitar that I had put together and built. It's got it for a kit guitar. It sounds pretty good. I'm using the Seymour Duncan. I'm Pearly Gates. That's the pickups that I'm using. And then my oldest son's BC Rich Beast, which is a beast. And then a Jackson Dinky, along with an LTD Iron Cross, which is also my son's, and then another kit Strat that I use for anything that is not. I don't usually use it for a lot of rock stuff, but I do use it for more of a bluesy style guitar, and I'm using Seymour Duncan Texas Hots Antiquities with a blending knob. So yeah, so that is some of the gear that I use. If you look behind me, I guess you can see, I'm using some Callies VP6s, and I try to keep all my cables hung up if I'm not using them, try to keep everything nice and neat around here. But I'm also using, let me flip this around again. I'm also using a Focusrite Scarlett 18i20. I'd love to get an Apollo, but again, budget. So a little bit out of my budget. Maybe one day I'll be able to upgrade to a Universal Audio Apollo. That would be awesome. I'm also using a Mac Mini with a 1 terabyte SSD storage, extra storage hard drive, and so far this setup has really done well. I'm always looking to upgrade as much as I can and as much as my money will allow. Because I mean, let's face it, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not any of that. So for me to do this is all out of pocket. And when it comes to out of pocket stuff, you do what you can. But I love music. I've been doing it for 46 years now, and I absolutely love the creative side of things. Like I said, I love seeing my son really be creative in his music and what he does, and it brings a lot of joy to me. But any of the gear that I have, again, no plug, I'm not being sponsored by anybody, but the gear that I have is all purchased through Sweetwater. I'm pretty much Sweetwater exclusive. They have always treated me correct. They've always treated me great, and love those guys. They do a phenomenal job on, if I have a problem with a piece of gear, they return, the returns are awesome, and the the shipping of stuff is 2 days from where I live. So they're in Indiana and I live in Illinois. And yeah, so 2 days, once I put an order in 2 days, it's at my door, and I've never had an issue with them at all. Absolutely love them. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Warm Audio. I love their products. I use Warm Audio XLR cables. I use Warm Audio 1/4 inch cables for guitar. I also use some of Sweetwater's guitar cables as well for a little longer run. They are soldered ends. They're great. They absolutely hold tone very well, which I was very surprised for the amount of money that you'd spend for a Sweetwater cable. I can't go wrong. I can't complain about that. But so yeah, that's just a small glimpse of what gear I use, and absolutely love them. And I continue, God willing, that I'm able to continue to do music for a very long time. So with that, I hope you enjoy the video. You guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. Like I said, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell if you want, and that just helps me out. Just starting out on YouTube, trying to get as many views as I can. Obviously, that's why we do it. So enjoy your day. Love you guys. God be with you, and have a great day. Thanks.